Day 2 of Commanders training camp up in Ashburn. A quiet day on the front, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a focused group trying to capitalize on last year's breakout season. But in order to take that next step, you need to add some depth, and the Commanders did just that. There was the draft, of course, but then there's the veteran free agent signings, players that are expected to pay immediate dividends. Craig Loper and James Kattato have more from Northern Virginia.
Well, anytime you add a 7-time All-Pro selection, a 2-time Super Bowl champion to the roster just days before training camp, it's going to get a lot of attention, and for good reason. Welcome in, everyone, to Day 2 of Commanders training camp from Ashburn. I'm Craig Loper. He is James Kattato, and of course, today we are talking about Von Miller coming over from the Buffalo Bills. He actually had a scheduled Veterans off day today, James, but he is going to be a huge addition to this Washington defense.
Well, I mean, you just listed some of his accolades, but even on an off year for Von Miller, coming off of an ACL tear in Buffalo, he still had 6 sacks.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a guy where even if he's not at his full potential, he's still going to provide a lot to a team that was in the upper echelon of sacks in the NFL last year.
36 years old, he stepped up to the podium after practice and had this to say about why Washington and just what he has left in the tank.
When I put the cleats on and I get in my stance, I can just feel it. You know, still quick off the ball, still twitchy. Probably not as twitchy as I was before, like when I was 21 years old. That's just life. But I still got enough twitch to still go out here and do what I do and be effective in the game. This team is all about winning. You know, I'm all about winning. Whatever it takes to win, I'm gonna do. That's on and off the football field. It's nothing like winning.
And coaching up Miller this season in the nation's capital, the defensive line coach for the Commanders, Deep Creek alum Darryl Tapp.
For us, adding Von to the mix, I want him to play free and do it knowing that the guys he line up next to, they have his back.
Also on that defensive line under Coach Tapp would be Norfolk native, former Lake Taylor star, Jalen Holmes.
Yeah, big-time player, a rotational piece in that defensive line. He can learn a lot from Von Miller, certainly. One of the other local connections we have, we caught up with Jalen yesterday about year 2 in this Washington system.
I just feel like, we just got to, this offseason we focus on, hunting and getting better internally. So it's just always good to be back with this team. It's a good group of guys, and it's a lot of great guys on this team that you can learn from too. So to apply everything that we're doing, in the meeting rooms and take it out to the field.
Going from that front 7 to the secondary, our final connection on this 2025 Commanders team. We're talking about Bobby Price, of course, former star Bishop Sullivan, and then Norfolk State entering year 6 now in the NFL, trying to make this 53.
Yeah, last season he was pulled up 3 separate times from the practice squad to the Commanders, was on the roster that went to the NFC Championship game in Philadelphia. I sat down with him today. He told me that this year he thinks he has a much better shot at actually making the 53-man to open the year.
Would say my mentality, coming in here as a new guy, trying to get acclimated to the team and stuff like that. I feel like, I know the playbook, I know the staff knows me, and I feel like I got a good opportunity, to make the roster this year.
So, Craig, we expect all the 757 pieces to be positive contributions to the franchise this year, but one looming cloud over the Commanders, at least in training camp so far, has been what's going on with Terry McLaurin.
Everyone's still anxiously awaiting any news in regards to that contract extension. GM Adam Peters was in attendance today. We didn't speak to him. We'll see what happens, but kind of everyone's refreshing their phone, refreshing Twitter every few minutes to see if it comes down. Eventually, they need him here. All the fan base definitely wants him here for this season. All right, Day 2 is a wrap. We'll see you tomorrow for Day 3 from Ashburn. For James Kattato, I'm Craig Loper for the Sports Wrap.